something in psychology called self-neglect.
Yeah.
Right? And self-neglect can come from depression. It can come from, and depression can be 5 years of depression, especially in men, right? It could come from anxiety. So self-neglect will creep in. And how you can see self-neglect is when somebody's putting on weight. So you might have friends, you'll be like, this guy his belly's getting big. And if you approach him, he'll say to you, I'm just a chop. It's a lie. He's probably has some depression somewhere going on. Right? So in psychology, you call that self neglect. And it's such a serious issue because it stops you from being healthy. So I work in a company, right, we basically provide medical care for executives, CEOs in the UK. And the way the company works is we have a private suite at Heathrow Airport. So a lot of executives in tech, in finance, they fly through Heathrow. Let's say they have to fly to Germany. They're always flying. So we as a company, we reach out to other companies and we say, for you to reduce your insurance, let your staff know. So now, for example, my company will say to you, Ben, hey, Ben, I know you're traveling this month. Make sure you book an appointment. You can visit us in Heathrow before you catch your flight. And we'll do your blood pressure test. We'll do a diabetes test. We do the basic tests, right? To make sure that your well-being is understood.
Kind of clearance, yeah.
Yeah, so we make is to make sure you know the state of your well-being. Does that make sense? So that's what we offer. A lot of our clients are Nigerians. Ben, do you know that these men do not come for these free appointments?
They don't even come for it.
They don't come. It's always the Oyibo guys. It's always the Zimbabwean guys. They love talking to me. The Nigerian men never come. And how do I know? The company sends us a data list. So they'll pay for membership. They pay it to us and they'll say to us, okay, Willow, this is the data of all the employees that is allowed to book appointment. The whole list, Adeola, Chukwamao, there's so many Nigerians on that list. How many of them come? 0.2.
They can't be bothered.
And it's free. The Italians come, the Scottish employees come. I hardly see any Nigerians. And in fact, when these people come to the suite, they're always so shocked to see me. Oh, wow, this, is this black woman that owns this company? So I'm just sharing this to say there's a real issue with Nigerian men and the love they have for themselves. I don't think a lot of Nigerian men have been trained how to love themselves. Like you have to be trained to love yourself.
Willow.
Yes.
Willow, you see, the issue is not just Nigerian men. The thing is ingrained in us as men in Nigeria to feel impenetrable, as though we're invincible. We cannot fall sick. And it is.
Are you saying that we have a cover?
Yeah, a Superman mentality that a man, you are a man, you're meant to be strong and all that. And also there is this phobia for going for checkup in Nigeria. I don't want to go in so that they don't discover what is not there or see something that was not supposed to be seen before.
Hold on, Data. I really want Willow to give us that final statement because I also want to take advantage for her to tell us what advice you have for us, if there's any link, anything at all, because this is very important. Because as I said, men, as you say, Data, men, self-neglect is in us, a lot of men. This big belly where they see, where people say a good living, now self-neglect, if you know, you know.
Not true.
I'm telling you, now self-neglect. Go ahead, Willow, go ahead.
Okay, so Data, Mr. Data, you were saying Nigerian men, but it's also British Nigerian men. And this is my point. So it's not even just Nigerian men who grew up in Nigeria. It's also Nigerian men who grew up in Europe.
That lives here.
Okay. And it's not just, it's million. I work with the top of the top. These are men with PhDs, masters, AQA, ASK, MKL. They're everything. But they haven't been trained to like themselves. Nigerian men have not been trained by their mothers or by their fathers to really, they don't honor themselves. They honor their role in families, their role in the society, but as in the innate training that you are human, right? You matter. Because for you to care for yourself is really you being told that you matter in this family. Your presence is needed. And why I'm so passionate about this is when Nigerian men die, families are broken by 2 generations,
Wow. Wow.
right? When a Nigerian father dies, he at an early age, he puts the family back by 2 generations. Because now what happens is the children do not have the patriarchal family and they do not have the leadership insight to help them get through their adult years. And then the woman goes into gra season where she has to overwork because now she's single. And a lot of you may not know, but when your women are widows, they are abandoned. Right? So when I'm talking about this, my real passion is in family communities. And Nigerian men don't understand your value is not just being in a husband. Your value is being in as a brother, as an uncle. So something has happened where you have been lied to. And I actually think Nigerian men have been abused. I must say this. You've been abused by the women in your family, not just your wives. I'm talking mothers, aunties, to think that your only value is in producing money. So because
Wow.
of that, you're not even thinking that you matter beyond that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that
Absolutely.
you guys don't, there's no care. You don't really care for yourselves. Yes, you can stand, you can speak, you can go shopping, you can look good, you
Wow.
can dance. But do you really care for yourself?
Mm,
Do
mm.
you know what you are saying now is so important because Nigerian men,
Very, very important.
we don't go holiday unless we
No, we
want to go
don't.
and enjoy. We don't go holiday to take care of ourselves.
At
Like I
all.
am going on this holiday, I am going to be at the beach. I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to take care of me. I mean, like we don't do it because neither
Mm,
we. It's just so crazy. We go on holiday, we leave our wife and the children, we are on the phone, we are still talking about business. There is no time to take care of you. You do something fun, something that is not related to alcohol, not related to knacking, something fun, something. I don't know. I think I'm raised differently. I know I don't want to take your word from you. I recently just traveled to Tunisia, and when I was in Tunisia, I did everything I went fishing. I went fishing because
I
I
love
want to do
fishing.
it. Okay, I went skydiving. I went boat on. I did everything I supposed to do.
Yeah.
I enjoy myself. I did pedicure. I did manicure. I republished my tattoo. That is me. And I wish men can add this to their self because how long are we living for? And as my sister say, if you go, you are not just a tragedy. It's 2 generation.
mm,
Setback.
It's a 2 generation
mm.
because your children will grow without you, and that effect will affect them. Now, Odira is gone now. Odira have 2 kids. the kid have not know anything yet. They're going to start struggling. As I told you, there's no money anywhere. They don't have life insurance. They don't have nothing. We need to start looking after ourselves as men. And again, my sister, I would like to have you back on this platform again so you can educate us, because hearing from a woman giving so much positivity into our men is so liberating, because oftentimes we feel rejected.
Hear my voice, because what I'm saying is not typical Nigerian. I'm not a typical Nigerian woman, right?
It's not. Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I'm not typical Nigerian woman. I'm a daddy's girl. I was raised by a Yoruba father, and my dad was sick a lot of his life. So what that did was it allowed me to see men in the reality of life, right? When you're sick and you can't provide, what happens to the Nigerian man?
I tell you.
So what I've seen is that a lot of you, your pain is because you've been manipulated by the women. So when people say patriarchy, patriarchy also hurts the men. Because what happens is the women in your family, and I'm not even talking about wives, I'm talking mothers, aunties, grandmas, wives included. But what happens is they manipulate you into thinking that by you providing, you have brought value. But if you don't provide, are you
Then you have no value. Yeah, you're valueless.
See the 419? So they'll now manipulate you into becoming something you can never be. So you're now on the treadmill. You're trying to create a life that's not even realistic. And by the time you lift up your head, you're 58. You don't have no friends because someone manipulated you that you don't need friends, which I don't understand. How can a man not have friends? You're 58. You can't even run. You don't go out. You don't socialize because they've now manipulated you that the only thing that you have purpose in is being a husband and bringing money and kids.
Exactly.
So Nigerian men have to be very conscious. Who's manipulating you every day? Who's trying to tell you your value? You tell them your value.
Do you think society also add to that, apart from the family, in between the society expectations, the African society, that we are the rock, and just because the rock don't feel pain, don't mean the rock can always remain like that. It's rough out there.
Religion has done that to African men. Traditional African culture.
I think it's worldwide. There's no only Africa.
But can we?
No, it's basically African.
On Africa?
No, it's worldwide.
I don't care about what.
I think you want to base. Let's just categorize. Let's just use Africa as a prototype of the conversation we're having.
Because why
that will
should
help
we care
us
about
to have a guide.
Religion does that to Nigerian men because religion tells you the lie that you are the head and everybody else is the tail. The religion tells you the man is the provider. No. Wait. What I'm saying. Hold on. What I'm saying in that is putting a narrative that is not humanely real.
Absolutely.
Right? So this is not even about, it's telling you you're in a position, you just wake up, you're the head. How did I become the head? When you build a building, it takes years, not years, but it takes months to put the roof on. So you're thrown into a role that actually benefits society more than it benefits you. Because if you're the head, that means you'll always be working and you'll always be providing for capitalism. Right? So religion pushes that into community, into families.
A kingdom is not built by a lone hand. So
Thank you. Exactly. But then Nigerian men are told that. They now tell you that is what God has. How?
Do you think that mentality also have a repart effect on our women, because they now allow them not to have their full potential, because they believe whoever they get married to supposed to be the head of the family, so they cannot anticipate that there's any time in their life where they have to be a complementary partner, makes money, achieve things. risky together. And that is why I keep saying it, that marriage that survive in Africa, when they get to the UK,
A
they have
collapse.
they collapse immediately. It's a natural collapsing when they arrive here because the reality confront them. Now we say
Okay.
we are the head of the family. We go out there, we bring money. The wife cook food. The wife take the trash out. The wife take kids to the school. The wife wake up in the morning to shower the babies. So, but the society allow this, and it take our women's powers away. And let me tell you something. I have learned a lesson in the past where I believe that some of the resources I have, if I could have entrusted it on my partner, I could have achieved even times 10.
Well, yes, I feel like that is
That's
true. I
correct.
feel like religion has made Nigerian women manipulative, actually. And if you understand your culture in Nigeria, the various regions, before colonization, we worked together. There was no such thing as housewife. That's a corporate capitalism that's brought in by the Westerners, right? Nigerian women were never housewives. Your great great grandmother was probably a farmer. She had her market, and we worked together. All of this nonsense of one person's it's all Western ideologies, and
No,
the
but
reason why
The
Nigerian
West is not practicing it.
well, let me finish. Let me finish. What's happened now in the West is that it's become a capitalist. So when you say that a Nigerian family, when they move to Europe, the reason why it doesn't work is you're moving from socialism, which is West Africa's main framework, right? And you're now moving into capitalism. So capitalism does not work with one person controlling you. So it will never work. You cannot. That's why when people say, "Oh, Nigerian couples," the reason why is because you're going from socialism to capitalism. The UK is a capitalist society. So it will never work unless you have two understanding people who really like each other. But a lot of your marriages, the foundation was manipulation. I was gonna marry you because you had nothing, and you were marrying me because I had money. But we were both pretending we were marrying each other for love. Now you enter the capitalist country of the UK, and you're both looking at each other like, I don't really like you, you
Yeah,
know?
because both needs to provide now.
Yes. So it's almost like
Yeah.
manipulation is facing
It's
you're
very
both manipulating
it
each
is very
other.
difficult for one source of income in the UK, especially if you're living like a family. That
Yeah.
means you have to work extra if you are the provider.
There you go.
Okay, it's 8 minutes past 12, and my time to call this show off has just arrived. I'm supposed to finish at 12 o'clock, but it's just 8 minutes. Um, I want you to round up your statement, then we can call it a shot tonight.
Okay, listening to me. I'm very passionate about Nigerian families, extremely passionate. But I'm more passionate about Nigerian men connecting with your authenticity, giving yourself to the permission to be human, giving yourself the permission to connect with yourself, and not allowing society to manipulate you and project their idealisms on you, and having the ability to speak up and be very clear in your boundaries, what you can do, what you cannot do, and what you're willing to do. And if we
Thank you.
are healthy, our families can stay together.
Thank you so much. Mr. Logic, thank you for joining. Data, thank you.